Hi guys, when he adopts you but falls in love with you. Part 1. Breaking news: CEO Kim Tae-hyung is coming back to South Korea. He was rumored to be permanently left the country, but suddenly he is coming back. He hasn't made any public appearance since 10 years when he left the country, but now he is going to be working in Seoul's branch. But why he suddenly came back after such a long period? It's also rumored that he has a girlfriend whom he is going to be marry here. Taehyung entered the Jeon mansion and he met Jungkook, the only son of Jung-hyun and Jeon So-mi. Tae's dad was a friend of Mr. Jeon. Then he met Jung-hyun and Jeon So-mi and he loved their company. At that time, he was a teenager and he used to come and play there. And then he met little Cookie the first time there. Little Cookie was so adorable, he always followed Taehyung and copied his actions while being cute, and his mom and dad will always laugh at him and says he's second Tete. But now things has changed. Little Jungkook is now 18 years older and Taehyung hasn't met him for about 10 years. So Jungkook has no memories of Kim Taehyung. Now, while Taehyung is 25 years old, his return to South Korea was unexpected and sudden. As the bad news had come, little Jungkook lost his parents and now he is always in his room and crying. They has to come as the little world has no one in the world, no relatives which are truly for him. They all wants to take care of him for his wealth. They reached the room where Jungkook is and he knocked on the door. No sound came from other side. Hey Jungkook, I know you are there. Open the door, please, Taehyung said. Jungkook opened it, hearing unfamiliar voice, and get shocked to see Taehyung. He knew about him. His parents had told him about their little brother before. They entered and opened his arms and said, "Want a hug from Senior Tae, my Junior Tae?" Jungkook got tears in his eyes because he felt the familiarness from this person as he needed the hug and hugged Taehyung very tightly. Shah, it's okay. Now I am here now. Everything will be fine, they said, and then he took Ku to the couch and Ku felt asleep in Tae's arms. They then discussed the matters about him with the liar that he needs a legal guardian now after consulting with his brother Kim Namjoon. He decided to adopt Jungkook as his son. Then he picked Koo in his arms and made his way to the car because if Cookie will stay here, then his mind will not be at peace. He drive to his penthouse with sleeping Jungkook. Reaching there, he went to Koo's room as already informed to staff that a teenager will be shifting with him, so prepare a room. Finally, he made his way to his office and sat there for his works. But his mind is not there. He is thinking about what should he do now. He had break up with his past partner. Yes, he had a partner, Park Jimin, his first and last partner. After that, he never dated anyone. Jimin was the person he dearly loved, and that love, no possessiveness it is, that Jimin has said. It is the reason that Jimin separated for, from him. But it's his nature. If he loves someone, he loved them dearly. But he never. He was the reason Jimin was hurting. Hence, he broke up. Tae was equally hurt, and after that, he said to himself that relationship. Now our single Kim Taehyung become a parent within just a night, and he doesn't know a word about parenting and about that of a teenager. He should prepare himself for the worst because, as per the information from his secretary, Miss Ayu, that Jungkook is a spoiled brat. Next morning, Jungkook woke up and found himself in unfamiliar place. He got up from bed and made his way downstairs to find someone. But he heard something. A maid was talking to another one. So, Mr. Kim has adopted the John's son. Poor boy had no one left. Yes, Mr. Kim will be now his father and he be staying here. Another maid told. Jungkook heard the talk and frowned. What did they mean? Taehyung will be his father? Taehyung adopted me? No, no way. I don't need anyone. He ran towards the room and opened it and ran straight on the pathway to basically nowhere as the place is so big. But suddenly a bodyguard picked him up and his feet now dangling in air and Cookie shouting from his heart, "Leave me, you giant! Leave me!" Bodyguard just side-eyed him like kid. I have enough of experience. Then they entered the backside of garden where Taehyung was playing with his puppy Yontan. The bodyguard left Jungkook and then Tae saw Koo and said to him, smiling, "Good morning, Cookie." Koo replied, "Good morning, Mr. Kim. But what is this place? Why am I here?" questioned Jungkook while crossing his arms and pouting his lips while glaring at Taehyung, trying to be intimidating. But in Tae's eyes, he looked just like Tanny when he got denied of his treats for being a bad puppy. Tae laughed and come closer to Jungkook and put his one hand on Koo's shoulder. "This is where you gonna live now, Cookie. So stop trying to run and accept it. It's for your own good," they said, while Jungkook tried to shake off his muscular hand off his shoulder, listening to Taehyung. But damn, this man is very strong. Finding that he is losing, Koo made his way inside and ran to the room where he slept. But alas, forget the way. So one by one, he is opening the doors to find his room, as his pride will be hurt if he asked about his room to Taehyung. But one room catches his attention, a room full of pictures, and he saw his dad and they laughing, playing, posing like idiots. He smiled and put his hand on his dad's heart on the picture and said, I miss you both so much. He watched their old pictures. In one pic, he was sitting on Tae's shoulder in swimsuits near the beach, and they both were smiling. He don't remember it, but looks like they were close. He just hoped Taehyung has no bad intentions. He really had nowhere to go now. He was back in the room, and the room was actually nice. He just noticed at one corner there is a gaming section, so he jumped into his avatar, ready to play. He heard a knock, and the door opened with Taehyung coming inside. Hey Cookie, let's have breakfast, they said and pulled Koo's gaming headphones. Koo winked. No, I was playing. Let's go, big boy, you can play later. They dragged him by his hand. So, Cookie, I have thought that you should join school again, boy. They started while watching Koo's expression. No, I will not go. I will just stay here inside. Koo said, but they denied, as he knew how much important it is to get along with others so that he doesn't get caged into his memories. Oh, by the way, Mr. Kim, was that your girlfriend who came after I left from the garden? Koo asked. No, Cookie, that was just my secretary. Her name is Ayu, they replied while wiping his face as he finished the breakfast. Just secretary, Koo murmured and thought she was so pretty, Nuna. He then left back to his room as he knew he had to go back to school. As this Mr. Kim, the Hitler, not going to listen to him. After some time, he had made his way to Taehyung's office, following a maid. As his lawyer was there, Tae was sitting and he tapped the place near him for Koo to sit. Then his family lawyer asked him some basic questions and told that he is now going to be Taehyung's son until he turns 21. Then he will be of legal age and will be sole owner of his property. Jungkook nodded his head. After the lawyer left, he teased Tae saying, so what should I call you now, Mr. Kim or Daddy? He touched Taehyung's chest while saying this. Cool after seeing Tae's reactions as he called him Daddy. I'm too young to be a dad, and OMG, you are gonna make my hair white with stress soon. They mumbled and left from there. They is sweating as he's not gonna say, but he literally felt the currents when Jungkook touched and teased him. Now Taehyung has admissioned Jungkook in another school near Delhi as he found that previous school's environment is not suitable for Jungkook to study, as there were very cases of bullying. Tae is late from office today, so Jungkook, who just came from school and cafe hunting, becomes overjoyed. Thank God that nagging man is not here. Maybe it's sign of the universe for me to go to the party and nobody will know. Jungkook planned all this in just 10 seconds after he enters Taehyung's house, basically his daddy's house. So he got into his diva look with black leather jacket and cargo pants with knee-length boots, and don't forget his earrings of all types of reptiles. Geez, yup, That's the great Kim Taehyung's reaction after seeing Jungkook's earrings collections of snakes, lizards, and who the hell loves chameleon earring boy. Now Jungkook jumped off the back garden's wall as pretending to watering the plants with his dark look and a rose can in his hand. The bodyguard from the first day again side eyed him, and as soon as he climbed the wall, he called Taehyung. Sir, it's an emergency. With red button. He pressed the buzzer. Tae, who just came back to his office room from 4 hours long meeting, as soon as sat on the chair, stood up and picked his coat and ran to the elevator. He drove full speed to the location his bodyguard had shared after following Jungkook while speaking to himself. This boy just invites troubles from all over the world. Jungkook entered to his ex-friend's house who texted him during lunch for partying. The environment there is so cool for Cookie, whose first time in the party. His parents never let him wander around late and no to the parties too. But now it's 9 p.m. and they was not home, so their coup is all people are having fun dancing around with girls and tables. Oh, some of them are upstairs too, he saw and climbed the stairs. He then went to the balcony and smiled to himself, but a boy came to him and shoved a glass in his hands. Hey, Pratty, you look lonely here, the boy said. Hi, no, I'm fine, Koo replied. Oh, come on, I can entertain you. Saying this, he pulled Jungkook's hand forcefully to a room and closed to the gate. Now Koo is totally shocked. Like what the just happened to him? He walked past the boy and opened the lock and tried to go outside of the room, but the boy hugged him from backside and tried to touch him, but he pushed the boy scared and ran to the door. Oh no, the person in front of him is not happy, Koo thought, seeing a red-eyed Tae. They ran crazily downstairs in search of Cook. He know these type of parties and their environment are not at all good for Jungkook. He may be spoiled, stupid boy, but he is innocent from the outer world. Now the scene in front is not to his liking. Jungkook had tears in his eyes and he is breathing heavily as afraid of something or someone. Hyungi, Jungkook said in tiny, but Taehyung ignored him and saw a boy behind him. So his anger's dam break and he entered inside and punched the boy straight on his jaw and the boy literally knocked out. He then got near Jungkook, who was afraid of him, but they put his hand on his cheek and caressed it and asked, Are you fine, Cookie? Jungkook sobbed suddenly and threw himself on Taehyung and said, Hyungi, I just want to have fun. But but his voice got muffled by his sobs. They patted his back and finally breathed, checking the boy has no injuries, and removed his coat and covered Koo's face and took him to his car. In the house, Tae is pacing in his room. He can't understand his feelings. He can't pull his thoughts out of Jungkook. He always kept thinking about his cute pranks, his bunny laugh. He know it's not normal. Jungkook is just a boy and he a man, and top of on that his adopted father. While Jungkook smiled and covered his cheeks as he remembered how, like a movie superstar, Taehyung came and saved him. He found him attractive today. His aura was so attractive within just shirt. While punching the boy, he looked super hot. Now they have dinner and Taehyung warned Jungkook if he again tried to go without informing him, then he will be grounded in the house. Jungkook outed but accepted because he is finding Taehyung's serious face attractive too. What's wrong with me? He thought. Few days passed and now Tae's feelings become stronger, but he had made his mind. When Jungkook will complete his schooling, then he will let him decide if he wants to continue to live with Tae or leave him. Today, Jungkook exited his class and was going to cafe, but he saw his Hyungi Tae with his school principal's daughter, whom Jungkook doesn't like. She was flirting with Tae. Tae was in Jungkook's school to pick him up and also funding the school as to take good care of Jungkook. But this lady is not leaving him alone. She is gluing herself to Tae. He is getting frustrated. Daddy, he heard suddenly. His head snapped to the direction, and the smiling Jungkook came running and jumped on Taehyung. Tae made his balance with Jungkook as he said, Daddy, are you here to take me home? I missed you, Daddy. Saying that, Jungkook kissed his cheek in front of all, and Tae, he is in his la la land, like when he was trying to be normal. Jungkook again pulled his emotions out, and Daddy, that damn word again makes tighter. He groaned, feeling the tightness. They smiled awkwardly to the lady and said, I will leave now. Inside the car, the driver is driving and suddenly Jungkook jumped on Tae's lap and said, Yoongi, why didn't you told Cookie? Tae, who just want to bury his face in shame after having such terrible feelings for his own little Cookie, groaned again. Why, Cookie, you sit on my lap? He thought. He tried to pull Coo away, But Ko circled his arms around his neck and hugged him. He now breathed on Tae's neck and said, Hyungi, I want to see your office. What say? Tae, who is having very hard time, just noticed and thought of something weird to calm down his emotions and hormones. Like when he mixed strawberry smoothie in Jin Hyung's pasta and said, Hyungi, I made pink pasta for you specially. And when Jin ate it and ran after him around the house to beat he laughed and hugged Jungkook closer. He inhaled Jungkook's scent and loved it, while Koo got goosebumps on his skin when they pulled him more into his chest and the hot air he felt on his neck. He becomes blushy, and as soon as they reached home, he jumped from the car and ran to his room and patted his red cheeks while looking into the mirror. Calm down, Cookie, calm down, he said to himself. He is feeling shy and weird. It's why he felt jealous back at the school. Wait for part 2. Also subscribe the channel and the video I have linked. Please watch it next. And for more one shots, subscribe. Bye.